Welcome to the Cryptonometron. Today we'll take a quick look at the news stories and a quick look at the exchanges. First off, Japan increases its lead in acceptance of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. It approves another 4 cryptocurrency exchanges, and the JFSA, Japanese Financial Service Agency, has approved 4 more cryptocurrency exchanges to legally operate in Japan, and this is the second round of approvals. The first one was back in September, so this is fantastic news. It shows that Japan is fully embracing the new technology, and rightly so. They're showing their forward thinking. They show that they know how important this digital revolution is going to be. So that's fantastic news. Next up, Venezuela is to launch an oil, silver and gold backed cryptocurrency called the petro. Now, if you're not aware, if you're living in a cave or under a rock somewhere, Venezuela is really suffering. Its economy has collapsed, and they're suffering because they have US-led financial sanctions as a result of them not accepting the US dollar for oil exports. And the upshot of this is their economy is now collapsed, and they're looking for a way out. They intend to introduce this cryptocurrency, which I think is a good idea. They're obviously showing some knowledge and acceptance of crypto, but again, it defeats the purpose, as it's going to be centralized and governmental control. So whether it becomes a success and allows their economy to revive will yet to be seen. And I honestly don't think that it will be a complete solution, but it may be a step in the right direction. Another Chinese mouthpiece, the South China Morning Post, says that Beijing's Bitcoin ban helped China dodge a scary cryptocurrency bubble. Again, just a government mouthpiece, and you know, most China media is. It's an authoritarian regime. I'll restate again that cryptocurrency is going to disrupt their control over your freedoms, especially financial freedom. So that's why China is so desperate to ban anything to do with ICOs, ban anything to do with their citizens being able to buy Bitcoin and other cryptos. So it's very important that we don't take these news alerts too seriously. They will always backslap each other, congratulate each other, and you know, there will be relatively no or very low amount of negativity about the Chinese government in their media, simply because they control their media. It's the same in Thailand and most other authoritarian states. So be very careful here. There isn't a bubble at the moment. Certainly Bitcoin is flying, but you know, they're putting the cart before the horse if they think that banning ICOs and exchanges is a good thing, because we're certainly nowhere near a bubble in crypto at the moment. And if we look at the article in more detail, it's a guy called Pan Gongcheng. He's head of the foreign currency watchdog, the State Administration of Foreign Exchange. They're running scared. And it even says it's really quite scary what's happening. It certainly is. And eventually, let's hope it's really disruptive to their control. This UK man is Welshman here. He mined 7,500 Bitcoin and on his laptop many years ago, and he threw his laptop away. That must be a real sore one. Whether he's telling the truth or not, we don't know, but you know, 100 million it would have been worth now. Incredible. McAfee again, still reiterating his bullish stance on Bitcoin price. He thought it would be worth $5,000 at the end of this year. It's worth $12,000 almost now. So he's revised his prediction for 2020, saying Bitcoin will be worth $1 million, which I certainly hope is the case. It means I can retire early and I can stop making these YouTube videos. James Altucher, who is a CNBC commentator, he says there's 15 million millionaires around the world. All their financial advisors are going to say now, hey, buy a Bitcoin, you need some exposure. So Bitcoin hitting a record high earlier in the day yesterday, and earlier in the week. So as we can see, it's continuing to proliferate now in the mainstream media, and more interest means it will increase the value. Indonesia has unfortunately announced they will officially ban Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Now this is a backward move again from again another authoritarian state, Indonesia. You know, they're not keen on it. The Central Bank of Indonesia has announced that they are not going to accept Bitcoin. They're going to ban it, so you can actually be prosecuted if you even trade in it, which is really a big step backwards. And they've reiterated their desire to preserve the sovereignty of the rupiah as legal tender, which again, you know, nobody's trying to undermine that, but why can't the two coexist? You know, again, these governments, they won't go down without a fight. They won't relinquish control, and that's a worrying precedent from Indonesia. And the other thing I'd just like to say about that is I know a few people that live and work in Indonesia, in Bali and areas like that, and they're digital nomads. They make money from cryptocurrency, and they're obviously going to be affected. They won't be able to conduct business as usual, so as they'll be breaking the law, so that's a big concern for them. In more amusing news, people have spent an incredible $1 million buying these virtual cats on the Ethereum blockchain. If you haven't seen them yet, I'm sure you will very shortly. This is a game called Kitties. It is essentially like a digital version of Pokemon cards, but with these cute little kitties, and it's based on the Ethereum blockchain. I don't play it. I don't have the time. I'm sure it's really fun. Some guy has broken a record by buying one of this Genesis kitten, the first one I guess, for 246 Ethereum, which is around $113,000. Absolutely crazy stuff, guys. Yeah, and no doubt this is going to be the next big thing in the cryptocurrency space. This Dutch lady says you should sell all your Bitcoin now because it's could affect the Dutch economy, and we Dutch have to stand together. Yeah, I don't think I'd be selling my Bitcoin today if I was even Dutch, but she's worried that it's going to undermine Dutch sovereignty. Fair enough, but I wouldn't sell. The other thing that came to my attention today is this new ICO on the Neo blockchain. This is called DeepBrain Chain, and they say they're leveraging on blockchain technology. They're developing decentralized, low-cost and private artificial intelligence computing platform, and also providing perfect peripheral products. So this is an interesting ICO. There are more ICOs coming out on the Neo platform now, which is nice to see, as that was its intended purpose to begin with. And this one looks quite interesting. I'll take a closer look at this in due course and maybe try and do a review on it. The next news is that the United Nations IGO has joined forces with the Horizon State to accelerate SDG innovation. Now, the Future of Humanity, in partnership with the United Nations intergovernmental organisation Earth Foundation, announces partnership with two blockchain Australian startups, the non-for-profit democratic platform MyVote and tech company Horizon State. The collaboration creates one of the first UN IGOs and blockchain partnerships and aims to accelerate change and innovate with purpose in order to address the UN Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, founded on the importance of enhancing global standards for justice and strong institutions with disruptive technology. So this is a good step forward. This was rumoured to happen, so it's now been announced. And I think we can look forward to more acceptance of Horizon State token in the near future. And if you don't know what Horizon State is, it is a token-based blockchain voting and decision-making platform that delivers unprecedented trust through the integrity and post-unforgeable attributes of blockchain technology. Basically, it is using the blockchain to register votes, which is a fantastic use of the currency. And in fact, I would go so far as to say it's one of the better uses of the blockchain technology, as this could really make a difference worldwide. And what is it doing on the markets? Well, it's had a little pump on the news. It's up 31% at 37 cents. Market cap is increasing, but still very low for a project of this size. $11 million. Circulating supply of only 31.2 million. So there's still a lot of room for growth with the HST, Horizon State Token, or Decision Token if you like. So I'm keeping my eye on this one, and I suggest you do as well. Which markets is it available on at the moment? KuCoin, Ether Delta, Cryptopia, and Livecoin. So I would tend to pick some of this up now before it hits a bigger exchange like Bitrex or Binance, and therefore pumps even further than it is already. I don't like buying at in double figure greens, but in this case I may make an exception just to get a position in this coin. So next news is, in fact, we'll go and have a look at the market caps at the moment. Let's just come out of this and we will go back and have a look at the market caps. I want to talk briefly about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still on $11,400. Ethereum retracted slightly. I think Bitcoin's got further to go. I think we'll see $12,000 by the end of the year at a minimum. It doesn't look like any negativity is going to affect it. It had its little pullback back down to 9,800, 9,900, and is now recovered again. And it looks like the level of support now will be at $10,000 at the lowest point. So very interesting. Litecoin broken the $100 mark again. Very good to see. There's still a lot of movement in all of these top 10 currencies. IOTA is just smashing it now. It hasn't stopped since they announced that partnership with over 20 major companies, including Microsoft and Fujitsu. They keep on going, and it's no wonder. You can't discount a project with that kind of partnership and that kind of backing. Looking down the list, let's see. I really wanted to point out about Raiden Network Token. They have, there we are, there it is. It has retracted 50% now from its all-time high. There are only 50.148 million Raiden tokens in circulation, with a total supply of 100 million. The market cap 165.85 million, and it has retracted back, as I said, 50% from its all-time high. It is a solution to the scalability issues on the Ethereum blockchain. I have spoken about it before. I was in on the ICO, only in a small position, unfortunately, but I knew it was something I had to get involved in. And I would say that about now, a 50% retraction from all-time high, you can start thinking about getting into this again, I think. If you haven't already picked any up, then now might be a good chance to accumulate. It's certainly a very good project. As I say, it's the only scalability solver available at the moment. So certainly got a very good use case. It is available on Binance, Huobi, Ether Delta, and KuCoin, and Gate.io. So quite a few choices for you to get it. It's historical data. Let's look. It's only off ICO a few weeks ago. And highs almost at $6 there, guys. 571. It was at its highest just only a few days ago. So one to watch for the future. Let's have a look at the gainers and losers before I sign off quickly. Ethereum Lite, yeah, just dope coin. Again, these marijuana coins getting a lot of exposure and a lot of interest due to their use, as I believe in several states in the US, even where marijuana is used for medical purposes and decriminalized, you can't use cash payments to buy it, so that hence the interest in the currencies. Excuse me. So IOTA there at number 17 on the gainers list. As I said, no surprise. Crucial coin on another run. I pointed this coin out before. It is a very good alternative to some of the other Bitcoin-based blockchains. It implements the Lightning Network and also atomic swaps. So it's very undervalued, even still at $1.36. And yes, no surprise for the losers there, all pretty low market caps and low volumes. and very volatile, up and down, up and down. Yeah, more like gambling than trading or investing, in my opinion. Those kind of coins, but whatever floats your boat. Let's see what's recently been added. Dragon Chain, it just came off ICO. Not much volume yet. Let's have a little look. ONG Social, down a little bit from yesterday. I'm not sure how that price fares with the ICO price. Might be a good time to get into it before it starts to get some traction. Let's have a quick look at this Dragon Chain. 27 cents, 2,300 Satoshis at the moment. So I wonder what the circulating supply is going to be. It looks like it's close to the price it hit exchanges at, so if you missed it on ICO, you could probably pick some up. And it's currently only available on Ether Delta. Let's have a little look at the website. Now, I was aware of this ICO. There you go. Secure, flexible, and business-ready blockchain platform. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Unlike existing platforms, with Dragon Chain, you can retain complete control of your data. Sensitive business logic and smart contract functionality is kept proprietary. This is very interesting, and yeah, it's backed by Disney, as I suspected. So, interesting project. I might look a little bit closer to that in the next couple of videos. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back later on today with another video, token to watch perhaps today, or even a ICO review. There are so many ICO reviews, I can't keep up. I'm doing as best I can, one a day. One every couple of days is about as much as I can manage. You know, I do need to research them a little bit. I can't just bang out the videos. And as usual, this isn't financial advice, guys. This is just my opinion on crypto. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence. Invest carefully. Invest wisely. Moreover, enjoy yourselves. Cryptocurrency is meant to be fun. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. I'll see you later on.